Hey guys, so as you guys saw from the message, my students' first 50 hours is now, man. Let me clean that camera off a little bit. There we go. So my student's first 50 hours is complete. So he's in Walmart right now, as you can see. He's getting this trailer unloaded. This is our last stop. And then we're gonna go back up to Temple, Texas. Drop the trailer, and then we're gonna run off to home, because him and me, we live roughly in the same place, up in the DFW area, so we're gonna go home. So the Swift pay for trainers, you get paid for every mile you drive at your full pay. So if you got hired on and you're doing a dedicated account and you're making 50 cents a mile plus your 5-cent bonus if you're a company driver and you're platinum, should always be platinum. Being platinum is not that hard. All right, just do your shit right. You'll make 50 cents for every mile. You could do 5,000 6,000 miles a week, and you'll get paid for all those miles plus your bonus for every mile and blah blah blah. So it gets up there pretty high. And with me doing Walmart, I generally do about 800-900 miles a day, every day. And we do about 4 to 8 stops, and I get $15 a stop after the first stop. So that's how I make my good money is, we do pretty good miles a day, and we also get a lot of stop pay. So that really increases my wage. And now, if you're an owner-operator and you're a mentor, you get the dollar, whatever they're paying you per mile. But you gotta... My truck is driving so nice right now after they got that transmission issue fixed. I'm quite happy over it. Oh, yeah, easy. The first week... Okay, well, no, if you're solo, you'll average about 1,000 a week. If you drive like I do, the first week solo, I can make like $1,500 out of Walmart, $1,400-1,500. So the first week when I have a student, they probably bring in right around $1,300. And then after that, I pull in $2,500 to $3,000 a week for the next 3 weeks. But that student's on my truck. I can get up to the $4,000 if I want to in a week. Hitting that 4,000 though, that is me really busting some serious butt, and the student has to be like on top of it. I don't generally like pushing my students that much, because to do that kind of miles, the student has to be a professional. Generally speaking, the students I get, they're coming out of school, so they're not that good, and I don't want to push them to complete exhaustion. So the student generally makes me right around $1,400-1,500 a week. I'll make another $1,500. That gets me my $3,000. I can hit up to $2,000 a week, just depending on how I run the clocks. Yeah, I sure can, but over at the terminal I'm at, they don't have any of the Volvos, I don't think. Somebody does have the brand new International. He's a friend of mine, so I'll reach out to him and I'll see if he allows us to look through his truck, and we can talk to him, see what he thinks about it, get some of his opinions. I think that'd be kind of interesting. So, oops, sorry for about moving the camera, guys. My hands are a little tired. So yeah, I'll reach out to him and we'll talk to him about that. But the Volvos though, they turn really sharp. I really still kind of like my International though. I mean, not International, Freightliner. But I really kind of like the KW that I'm driving now. Data plan. Alright, so I actually use T-Mobile. I don't have anything. Hey, Darren. Long time no see. I don't have any like referral bonus with T-Mobile, or I don't think I do. But I honestly say T-Mobile is the way to go. It's freaking awesome. I have unlimited 4G LTE, and I make good with it. I mean, I burned like 300 gigs in 1 month. In 1 month. So that's why I use T-Mobile. What's the average weeks students to get hours? Average, I'd say, okay, the first week, my students, they may only get 50 hours in a week. It's because I slow things way down. I'm not worried about running 100 miles, okay? I'm doing a lot of short runs. I kind of want the student to learn how to back, how to do this, how to do that. So we don't run a whole lot of hours in the first week. So it's 7 to 8 days for your first 50. After we get back on the 34, you know, where you have a clock and I have a clock, that's when we start running. You know how to back. We've done some endurance driving. I've put you through hell in the first week. I really do. So when it comes to the second week, we're generally going to be running like 500 miles to 800, 900 miles a day. So you're going to be getting 10 hours, 11, 12 hours a day. Because I'll take the students all the way out till their clock is just about done. And then they can pull over. I'll jump in and I'll finish the run, take it off. They go to bed. They can either wake up after 10 hours to start driving, or they could wake up after 8 hours to start driving, because Texas is different than federal. Or they could just stay asleep for however long they want. They wake up when they want, and they drive when they want. Unless I'm out of hours, then it's kind of like, you know, hey, it's your turn. So I kind of allow the students to figure that out. Yeah, they do a hair follicle test. Okay, so if you smoke pot, I don't recommend doing any kind of drugs. Okay, but that's kind of besides the point. I think it's like 6 months you'd have to wait without smoking. Now, there's a lot of companies, they've been switching to the hair follicle test. And even if they do just the piss test on you, all right, if anything ever occurs and you get into an accident, the federal government is not going to do a piss test. They're going to pull your hair. So even if you were able to bypass every single pee test that a company might do, and you get caught with something in your hair because some fucking idiot ran to the back of your trailer and died, you're going to get a murder charge. You know, manslaughter. And it's because government. Okay? You really don't want to be doing any kind of drugs that could show up in your system. It's just not smart when you're a professional driver. Darren, yeah, I still do Walmart. I've done OTR, I've done Walmart, I've done Target, I've done Costco. You know, I really like the Walmart stuff. Okay, that's good, Ryan. That's good. Yeah, they would have to wait 6 months minimum. That will clear out the hair follicle. Don't go to school for your driving, because they pull your hair there too. A lot of schools do that. You know, the drug testing has been a really big topic. You know, a lot of companies don't want that kind of mess in their company. So yeah, no. Let's actually go back and let's talk about Walmart versus OTR. OTR it's beautiful. I love doing OTR. But you know what? Oh, really? Okay. Nice. Oh, you got a student right now there, Darren, or no? but running Walmart versus OTR. OTR is really nice because you get to travel and see different areas, do different things, see new people, visit new people, like Dopey Duck's wife and kids. But you know, when OTR has the benefit of guaranteed miles, easy money, and less hassle. You know, OTR has some really, really bad downsides, if you ask me, and he just got back in. So, this is a live video saying 50 hours done. We're going back up to DFW area. So, let me turn this camera around. So, first 50 hours done. Let's take a second. What do you think? What do you got to say to everybody out there?
No, it's not that bad. It's a lot to learn, but it's not that bad once you get it.
So how different is it from school to here?
Completely different. Completely different. School doesn't teach you anything.
So that is not just an internet host?
No, no, no. I mean, it's still okay because you get, at least you're in a truck, so you kind of know what it's like and you kind of see how it moves, but they don't teach you anything. Nothing you need to know at all. Only to pass the test. All
right, so from your very first day getting on the truck, where you're only driving maybe a couple hours a day versus driving all day, somebody that is thinking about getting into this, what do you have to say about the difference between a couple hours to all day?
Honestly, once you get used to it, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad to drive all day. It's really not. It flies by.
Has it changed the way you would ever drive again in a personal vehicle? Do you see things differently?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of the biggest things for me when I started driving professionally. I saw a lot of things that I used to do that I didn't think was a big deal, but then you start driving professionally and you're like, oh my God.
That's a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, especially getting anywhere near the blind spot or cutting in front of us.
All right, so Curtis, that was actually a really good question. How long does it take to get a mentor? Depends. If you're trying to get me, it's going to be a couple months.
Forever.
As my brother-in-law said, forever. Unless you're family, then you kind of like cut the line.
Cut the line.
I don't know what happened there, but I'm back. But if you're trying to get me, you're gonna have to stand in line. I'm booked out until I think the next opening is April. Yeah, I got somebody for March. I don't have anybody for April yet. If you're just gonna get any of the Swift mentors, it could take you about a week. And then they got somebody there, and then you just go out. It's really not a big deal. It's really quite simple.
Yeah, it's anywhere from 3 days to a week.
Yeah, 3 days to a week. You know, my brother-in-law, you know, he went to class, orientation, all that. So, he's heard some of the other guys, they're already out, this, that, and everything else. It's sometimes you could leave that same day when you get out. Sometimes it could be 3 days. A week max. They kind of try to find out if you live close by to where you did orientation. They'll send you home with pay. They'll send you home, and the people that don't live there, they're going to try to send those guys out first, because those guys don't have, they don't live nearby and they don't want to pay for the hotel.
Yeah.
If you live nearby, they give you some money. I don't remember how much. I don't know how much it is. And even if my brother-in-law says how much he got, it could depend on where you're at.
Yeah.
So even if he was like, oh, it is blank dollars, I think my camera is getting a little hot. I don't know why it's getting a little hot, but you know what? It is freezing outside. So, let me clear the lens again. So, if you're, it's just call Veronica. In all honesty, if you have any questions about, waiting for a mentor, unless you're trying to get me. If you're trying to get me, Veronica's going to tell you. I'm not like any other mentors with that. I got a waiting list. So, if you want to be on my truck, you have to contact me. But if you want to be on anyone else's truck, contact Veronica, talk to her. If you want to know about the schooling, this, that, whatever, talk to Veronica. And just let her know you came from YouTube. You know, yes, I do get a little bit of a bonus from that. So that is highly appreciative, but you don't have to. And I saw somebody ask a question, but first solo flatbed after trainer, I got 40K. So, oh man. Galvin, good luck on that suicide load. I just saw a picture on Twisted Trucker a couple days ago where a roll broke loose and went through the cab and whatnot. Man, you know, I had to give it to you for doing flatbed work. I was thinking about doing flatbed, but the whole fuzziness. Oh, come on now. The amount of tarping and stuff like that, man, I am so damn skinny. If I was trying to tarp or load, I would have to call the FAA because I'd be up in the air somewhere, you know, with like a damn hot air balloon type tarp, you know, floating me up. You know, I'm not heavy enough for that. And then with my back injury, oh hell no, like a Megan Trainor song. I'm not about to do that stuff. Just saying. So, have fun with that tarping stuff, especially when it's, you know, freezing outside and snowing and all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, good enough. Hey, we ain't taking the load, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Did you do X's and all that on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I already did all that.
Yeah, sorry. Student was doing a message, and you know I didn't want him getting too complicated in the stuff. Oh, Darren. All right, so there's a guy, a friend of mine that's in repo world. He's trying to get me back. Take home truck. Run when you want to run. And I'm like, oh, I miss that kind of work sometimes. Which is not really a nice thing to say, but you know what? There was no customer service. He didn't need to have customer service doing repo. And I don't know. I had somebody trying to fight me today at Golden Corral. That was hilarious. This guy, oh man, he was trying to fight me like no tomorrow, and I just stood up. I went right up to him. I'm like, really? So, and the guy ended up backing down, which was even funnier because he was bigger than me, and he was like, never mind. I don't want no part of that. But trucking, what I like about it versus the repo work, the money is very, you know, steady. It's pretty well guaranteed. You know, I'm hitting 9,000 fairly easy. In the repo world, you get slow periods and you get really, really busy periods. So just having, you know, that evenness is nice. Brand new truck when you go solo with them. No, you don't get a brand new truck. Well, you could get a brand new truck. It could be a used truck.
It's usually used.
It could be anything. No, there's some students, they've gotten a brand new truck.
They told us that usually it won't work out that way. Usually you'll get.
Usually not.
Yeah.
It depends on what they have available. That's actually what the key thing is.
Yeah.
But if you have a truck and you don't like the truck, if you go to a terminal, you can always ask to upgrade to a different truck. Will they always give you a different truck? No. But you can always ask for it. So that's kind of like how that works. And then how much will your students start off making on their... Okay, how much will a student make when they get off my truck? You know what? There's so many factors in that. But let me put it this way. I had a student who's on my truck and he didn't go to Walmart. He went regional because he wanted the home time and everything else, and there was not a Walmart near where he was, and it's what he decided to do. He makes $700-800 a week, and he's happy. You know what? More the power to him. And he's having fun. He's visiting areas he's never been. And then I had a student who runs his book and does Walmart just like I do. And he makes $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 a week, if not more. He can make more, but on average, it's about $1,400 to $1,600 is where you're going to be, just depending on how many stops you're doing If you got any bonus work, bonus pay, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, see, sometimes you get a brand new truck, sometimes you don't. If you want to get a brand new truck, here's the secret. Get the oldest truck that is a piece of shit. Because frankly, that's the truck they're going to change out soon. So you're going to want to get like a 2015 International. There's a very few of them left. They're being traded in. If you get anything that's a 2015, it's being traded in. Then the 2016, some of those are going to start getting traded in. So you're going to want to get into like an old Freightliner. You know, the one that has more miles, the better. But you know, the Freightliner 16s are going to start getting traded in sometime next year, probably mid-year. They're going to start getting traded in when the 20s start to come out. So if you want to get a new truck, get a 15 if it's available, or get a 16. You know, 16 is easy. There's 16s everywhere. They phased out the 15s. There's only a few 15 Internationals that are still around, still kicking, that I know of. And then the 16s are going to be going next. The tractors that they're buying are 2019 Freightliners, not very many though. Some KWs, but mostly Internationals and Volvos. I've heard some good things of the Volvos, and oh, you can leave anytime now.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have to say. My student was just sitting here kind of listening to me.
Yeah, I was listening to you watching the wind.
Yeah, oh, hey guys, it's windy as hell out here. Let me get my seatbelt on since I'm sitting up at the front. I'm not in the back there with my laptop, which is glowing like freaking awesome.
Yeah, we may.
we may what?
Nothing. We'll be good.
We be good?
We'll be good.
We be good?
We'll go slow, but we'll be good.
Alright, yeah, don't do what the guy did yesterday.
Oh, no, hell no.
Well, that actually wouldn't be our fault. So, that's a win.
Well,
that's uncontrollable.
I don't want to be in the ditch.
Yeah, so what happened yesterday, for somebody that might be asking? Yeah, the 15Rs are 15 speeds. Yesterday it was raining out here, and somebody was driving a brand new 2019 truck. It just came back from Phoenix and flew off the road.
Yeah.
Weren't paying attention, was doing probably something stupid, and drove right off the road in the rain. Don't know if they rolled it. Didn't see the truck there, so there's a good possibility they did. Oh, my screen's open. Oh well. So yeah, not good. You really want to slow down. If there's hello Steve 05. There's a lot of Stevens.
Yeah.
There's a Steven there, Steven right here, and the next student is going to be Steven. So, yeah, Mark, the company's not happy. The guy got fired. So, you know, he did something really, really asinine. Which tractor I prefer? Okay. I really like my KW, but there's a lot of things about the Freightliner that I liked. Like the really tight turning radius. I'm going to turn on this light. Is this light bothering you?
No.
Okay. I really like the Freightliner, okay? But I also really like the KW. The KW rides really smooth. It's really easy on my back. The Freightliner really beat my back up. You know, Dopey Duck can really talk to you guys about that one, because we were in both and he got to see it side by side. But man, that Freightliner, it can turn on a button. I'm telling you, that Freightliner can turn.
Volvos can too.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I haven't driven a Volvo.
I have. They turn.
Well, I've driven one a little bit, but I didn't, you know, go start turning around on it all the time. No, Swift does not do Peterbilts. I kind of wish they did. Whoops. I'm trying to get rid of some of this fuzziness, guys. Oh well. Sorry, I just can't get rid of some of that fuzziness. So, yeah, the Swift doesn't use any Peterbilts. Now, you can buy Peterbilt and then bring it to Swift if you want. But I don't know if I would recommend going owner-operator. You know, Darren over here, he was actually my mentor. And he's an owner-op. And it works for him. I sat down, I tried to do the numbers, and it didn't work for me. So, I'm not an owner-op. I'm staying company. And they are still buying some manual transmissions. A lot of them are going to be auto.
Auto is so much better.
Yeah, the auto is a lot. You know, if you're doing a lot of city and traffic stuff, I would seriously say the automatic. All right, hands down. If you're going to be crisscrossing the country nonstop and you're going to be doing all highway, the standard won't be too bad. But you know what? Not having to do all that shifting is a beautiful thing. Honestly, I kind of really like it. And KW in the shop, Freightliner. Yeah, my KW's been in the shop a few times, and it has 61,000 miles on it now. I was going to do a 50,000 mile review. I did one. I didn't like it. Was going to redo it. Kind of forgot about it. So it's probably going to turn into like a 70,000 mile review or something. I don't know. But, you know, in short, my KW's been in the shop for a few times now, getting some minor work done. The transmission wasn't that minor. They had to pull the transmission out 3 or 4 times to fix it once. That was really. I was down for 2-something weeks, guys, with that transmission. Now, I just jumped into another truck that Swift had. So it was really no here or there. You know, I just ran another truck. But it kind of sucked. Where are you right now? I am in San Antonio. We're about to go back up through Austin and all that. Yeah, just go ahead and drive right through Austin. At this time, we ain't going to worry about no traffic. So we're going to go back up to Temple, Texas. Then we're going to go from Temple, Texas up to I don't want people to know. DFW area. My brother-in-law just said the city where we're going, where we live.
Not really.
Not really.
Live there. It's just the biggest one around us.
Close enough.
Yeah, but
oh, dude, my truck has a unique sound and look. Okay, it's not that hard to not find.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my white Dodge, y'all. My Dodge, it's not very quiet. You can hear a city block away. Literally, a city block away. So, you always know when I'm coming around. Thank you, Rob. Walmart accounts are wet and dry, which means they're, you know, both. So, you're going to be pulling a van trailer and a reefer. So you're food trained no matter how you look at it. You get these little seals, you got paperwork, and you got to maintain full control over all of that. And God forbid if you don't do something right, because then theoretically every pallet in that trailer is now trash. So when you're food trained, it goes a long way. All right. Not everybody's going to be hauling food, especially if you're not maintaining, you know, proper control over your paperwork. Because Swift doesn't want to pay for that much food. You know, they might like you, but they're not gonna want you. They're not gonna want you to not seal a trailer. You get to a Walmart and that Walmart throws a hissy fit because there's not a seal on it, and so you lost control of the seal. Or God forbid, you don't have, you know, yeah. Just there's certain things you got to do when you're hauling food, just to make sure that everything's staying safe and kosher, just because it is food for consumption. You know, I also, you know, talk with my students about, you know, maintaining seal control, making sure we don't leave seals around, because Walmart knows who they gave those seals to. So if somebody tampers with a trailer and somebody gets sick and dies because it was poisoned, well, guess what? If your seal was on the back of that door and it was recorded, not going to be good for you. So, you know, you just kind of really want to pay attention to what you're doing if you're doing food. Now, is it a really super big deal? Not really. But I make it a really big deal because I look at it like this. If I'm hauling food, I don't care if I'm hauling it on the freaking moon. If food is food. If my family or even my damn dog could be eating food that's on that trailer, I want to make sure that it's the safest food I can send. So that's why we always maintain proper seal, this, that, and everything else. And I make it a really big deal just for that safety. Tell your students to pop the brakes. No. I'm not going to tell them to do that. Yeah, no. Don't ever pull that valve if you're driving. Now, what is funny, which, okay, I'm going to tell y'all this funny little story I got on one of my students. He wasn't watching my channel, so he was not one of my YouTube subscribers. And we got to, you know, move our axles on the trailer. And I was like, all right, go back there, pull a pin, and let's move. And he goes, I have zero idea how to do that. You know, they didn't tell us, they didn't show us, and I have no idea. I was like, you should have not told me that. Because you know what? I grew up in a family of a bunch of pranksters. 1, 2, bunch of sarcastic assholes. 3, there's 6 of us. Plus that one. My sister's pick. So, he's just as bad as the rest of us. So, yeah, we're a bunch of sarcastic, pranking assholes. And when this guy was like, I have zero idea how to do it, I was like, oh, fun time. So, we go back there, and we're not getting pulled over, I promise you. It's a road convoy.
There's a bunch of red and blue. We're just running. We're not going to stop.
We're not running from the police yet. Just turn on Fox News and let me know. But no. So we get to the back of the trailer, and I tell them, you know, all right. So this is how we do it. You pull this pin, and then you grab on the tire, and you got to pull the tire back. And he's like, really? That's why? Oh my God! That's why everybody complains about adjusting their axles. I'm like, yeah, man, it sucks. You just gotta grab on that tire real hard and just like pull it backwards, dude. Just be happy it's empty, because if it's loaded, it's even harder. This guy seriously started grabbing this tire. He put his gloves on. He's like getting like all ready for it, and he's trying to move it by hand. And I let him get like 2 really good heaves on it. And I'm like, dude, stop. I didn't have to try to explain to Swift how a student broke his back. I'm trying to move a fucking tandem by hand. Oh my God. He was so... When I showed him actually how it happened, he was like, how it works, he was like, dude, that was fucked up. But he laughed his ass off. And I was like, oh, I wish I got that on recording. I was going to try to get another student on, you know, on that, and to, you know, get that on tape, because it was just so perfect. It was hilarious. So, if I get a student that doesn't watch my YouTube channel and doesn't know that I'm a sarcastic asshole that likes to play pranks, there might be some pocket recording going on, all right? Or my phone might be in my shirt pocket or something. I'm telling you, I promise you, I will try to get that on tape of a guy trying to pull his tandems backwards by hand, because that shit was just too funny. I was laughing way too hard, guys. Oh, a lawsuit, yeah. Not against me though, against Swift. I'm company driver. But come on now, you gotta admit, that is pretty funny, y'all. Yeah. Now, I didn't make the guy pull him back, okay? one, you're not going to be able to do it by hand. But the guy gave an effort. And you know what? I actually have to give the guy a bunch of credit for actually sitting there and doing it. Because, well, I wish I could just see what was going through his head. Like, oh my God, I hope I don't have to pull it that far back. I mean, it was just perfect. So Ryan, to request me to be your mentor, you have to, best way is message me on Facebook. I don't have an opening until April. So you would have to wait until April, unless somebody drops out. And then I go down the list and somebody gets moved up if they want to get moved up. If they don't want to be moved up, then I go to the next one. I just have a bit of a waiting list. I got a lot of people who'd like to be in my truck. Mark, this was at a truck stop. And I can guarantee you there was somebody in their truck looking at two Swift drivers at the back of the trailer, looking at the axles, trying to figure out how to slide them back, and I'm the one who's sitting there like pretending like, yeah, that's the way we do it, man. Yeah, you just gotta pull it back. I can guarantee you there's somebody back there like, what the fuck is going on?
What the hell are they teaching those Swift guys?
Exactly. Like, what did those Swift guys learn in school? I was seriously hoping that I would end up on Twisted Trucker and I could sit there and make a video on that and be like, so here's the backstory on that. Oh man. The one time where I would have wished I could got on Twisted Trucker, because I tell everybody, look, if you are not sure what you're doing, or the weather's really bad, or something just looks funky. Oh, that car hit that. I wish I got that on tape.
I was ready in case you swerved over here.
Yeah, I saw that. Car just hit a big old thing of styrofoam, and man, it exploded like a bird hitting a truck.
And we know what
So,
it looks like.
yeah, what does that look like?
That's pretty cool. Feathers everywhere.
Yeah, dude. So we hit a pigeon. The pigeon was like, oh, let me not hit this truck over here, and then it came right over to us, and poof, the bird was gone, but all the feathers were still in the air, and the feathers just like, it's like cartoon style, like whoosh, 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 down to the ground. And I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm like, boom, and my brother-in-law was like, did we hit it? And I'm like, uh-huh. And then we get out, and yeah, it looked like somebody threw some glue on the truck.
We're not going this way.
Well, I guess we are.
Well, yeah, we're supposed to be going that way, apparently we're not.
Oh, well. Basically, try to go north.
Yeah.
Anywhere north. So they just shut down the road, so we're getting detoured. That looked like crime tape or something.
Yeah, it did.
And yeah. Alright, I don't know what's going on, but there's something going on here. Somebody hit a deer once. Oh, you know, I told my brother-in-law, I was like, look, well, actually, I don't have to tell my brother-in-law, because my brother-in-law would be out there too. If we hit a deer, there's two rednecks in this truck.
We eating deer.
We eating deer. Yeah, so you know what? You knock its head off, that hind quarter's still good. You knock the hind quarters, there's some meat on the front. Not a whole lot, but there's enough for dinner.
Yeah.
Or two. And some beef chili, because it's pre-tenderized.
Yeah.
Yeah, we eating deer. So if we hit a deer, we're eating dinner. And it's fast food.
Yeah.
Or my style of fast food. The Cleburne, DC, I ran out of there a lot. I really liked Forest. Forest is still running that one, but I don't think Hub Group is going to keep it. Hub Group has done so many really fucked up things, like putting trailers inside Walmart one day. Doing relatively pretty stupid stuff. So I think we might get that one back. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to go through all these questions, guys, or some of these comments here. You know, this icon, if you put a rope on my truck, and I saw you put a rope on my truck, I promise you that rope might end up around your truck and another Swift truck. Ain't gonna be my Swift truck though. It will be another Swift truck. No, we get out and we do pre-trip our truck. If we park outside of the terminal, if we park inside the Walmart terminal, we'll go. We'll wake up. We'll do a quick tire check, and then we'll get out and we'll go get our paperwork, and then we go hook up to our trailer, and then we're doing a light check. We're checking, you know. We're doing a pre-trip. I've done a pre-trip video. I showed you guys how we do it. If we park outside, you know, outside of the terminal where it's not controlled and who knows what is where, you know, we always get out. We just do the pre-trip right then and there. And that's also because chances are we already got a trailer. We're not going to go hook up to a trailer. So the pre-trip's a little bit different. But we're always checking our stuff because, you know what, we want to find something wrong. But the other thing that I do is actually hear it from the words of my student while he drives. So what do we do after we do a pre-trip? And what happens if you leave the vehicle?
Pre-trip again. Every time you leave it, you're looking at it.
And we are looking for
anything underneath, overhead, any leaks, any tire damage, anything in between the truck, the trailer, any lights damaged, everything.
Yep. So I teach my students, whenever you leave the truck for whatever reason, all right, well, when you show up somewhere and you're about to back in or do any kind of maneuvering, you always turn off the radio or any sounds you got going on, you always turn it off. And you know, you're getting out and you're listening for sounds, hissing, air brakes, or a tire leak. You're always paying attention for something. And you're always looking. You're checking your lights. You're checking your tires. Is there anything leaking from underneath it? Does the trailer look right? You're always looking at something. And then, you know, when you walk back up to it, you're doing the same thing. So we're always pre-tripping our truck and trailer. The kingpin. On my truck, it's a air valve. So do I get out and I look at it if I park outside the Walmart, at the Walmart DC? No, because I don't have a trailer on. So the kingpin is open. If we park outside, yes, we do take a quick look. We do make sure that the handle's still pushed in and that nobody pulled it. Now, you're actually a lot more likely to have somebody pull your pin when you're actually at your company terminal. I don't care if it's Swift, JB Hunt, or King Kong Trucking Company. Because what actually ends up happening, 9 times out of 10, I'm telling y'all, somebody gets fired, they get all butt hurt, their panties get a big ass fucking wad, and they go by and they just pull everybody's pin. Because they're fucking pansies. And their panties aren't a ball. And it's like, come on now. You know, buy a better pair of panties so you don't get all fucking butthurt about something when you get fired. It's not a big deal. Fucking move on to the next company, learn your lesson, and, you know. No, there isn't. Are you fucking serious there, Mark? I'm gonna have to fucking Google it. Someone says there is actually a company called King Kong Trucking. I was seriously just like throwing a name out there, like, I don't fucking care what the name of the company is. I didn't think King Kong was a real trucking company. I like that though. Do they haul a lot of barrels? Oh, that was too much. And if you say yes, I'm done for the day. I'm done. If they haul wine barrels, I'm done. No wonder why he was always drunk if he got hit by a barrel. He drank it. All right, so what was that? Went to orientation, have not got a trainer in a week. Oh my God, a week? Yeah, no, that's kind of outrageous there. On one of my videos, go to and in the description, there's a number there for Veronica, or send me a message on Facebook, and I'll give you her number. Give her a call in the morning. Or yeah, call her in the morning because it's still the weekday. Yeah, where are you? Darren Williams was actually my mentor. He's pretty good. He eats a lot of food and he farts sometimes. He'd be a really good mentor. He's an owner op. He's pretty straight. Harrisburg. You could call up the Walmart up in New York. There's probably a mentor there that could get you. I know Darren runs New York, but I don't think he doesn't like the snow and ice, so he's probably down south because he doesn't want to be up in New York in that ice. Am I right, Darren? All right, I think I got cut up on everybody. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Where are you?
10 to 35.
Okay, that works.
Gets us around this, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I'm just driving. I don't know where the hell we're going. We're just driving.
Works for me. As long as we get to Dallas in 7-ish hours.
Yeah, 7-ish hours, we're good.
We're going home, so I don't care. As long as he keeps the dirty side down, I'm perfectly good with him just doing really whatever. But all right, let's actually do this real quick. So I don't micromanage my students at all. I teach them. So there's a default or detour in the road. They shut down the road. So he zoomed out. We couldn't go this way. So he, zoomed in, found out where zoomed out, found out where he was. And then he worked his own way, knowing that 410 is a major highway. And that 35 takes us back where we want to go. So, yeah, Darren, how am I not surprised you're heading to a buffet? You love them buffets. We were actually at Golden Corral earlier today, and this one guy was trying to fight me. I don't know if you were in here for that or not. It was actually kind of funny. But yeah, anything on I-40 right now is pretty messed up. You have to to join Swift, you have to be 21. Darren says he's going to a buffet, and he's like fart inducing. So are you going for Chinese? You're either going for Chinese. You're going for Chinese. I know you're going for Chinese. You love your Chinese food. What is he trying? Yeah. Okay. So I'm sitting there, and there's this old lady. I'm talking like old, and a young kid. And they get a table. Told you. He said Chinese. Told you. Everybody, I told everybody he was going for Chinese. Anyway, so there's this old lady and this young kid. They got a table over at Golden Corral. There was a receipt and the change. Their drinks were on the table. They got up to go get some food. This other family had walked in, and this guy, probably what, in his late 50s?
Yeah, something like that.
50s, late 50s, something like that. Comes in, picks up this lady's and her, and I'm guessing, grandson, drink, and puts on another table, takes the receipt and money and puts it on another table. I'm sitting there, I'm completely flabbergasted. I'm like, what the fuck? And there's a a Golden Corral lady. she's like really kind of confused because there's money on the table and the guy just picks it up and moves it, and she's like, wait, there was somebody that was just sitting there, so she's trying to figure it out. And I whispered to her, I was like, yeah, there's an old lady. I was pointing her out because that was her money on the table. And so she was like, so she was sitting there. I was like, yeah. Anyway, so it was going back and forth, and the guy, says, says something smart ass. And I go, well, I'm talking to her. And he's like, oh, above your back. Yeah. I don't talk behind nobody's back. One, I was not exactly whispering. I was talking with an indoor voice to that lady, trying to make sure that the old lady got her money. One. Two, when the guy said that, I had balls that hang way down low because I used to do repo. I don't back down from nobody. I'm an idiot that way. I know. Anyway, so I step up to this guy. I'm like, well, I'll stand right here, right in front of you, and I'll say it right in front of your fucking face because you know what? I got no problem. And he's like, he starts to try to puff up, and I'm like, hit me. I'm just like, please hit me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And the guy just looks at me, and he's like, ugh. And at this time, another Golden Corral person comes by, and the guy like steps away, and he just starts running his mouth. The old lady finally comes back over. The guy didn't even get up, didn't even give it the table back. It was just a fucking bitch. So the old lady and her kid, sit at another table. The Golden Corral people were saying sorry to me. Was saying sorry to the other lady, to the old lady and the young kid. It was just a whole ordeal. But I mean, a guy wants to challenge me and say that I'm talking behind his back. I ain't got no problem saying anything in front of anybody. Okay? Because one, I ain't gonna back down. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You don't take somebody's fucking drinks and their fucking check and money off a fucking table because you want that motherfucking table. Find another fucking table. And you're fucking young enough. You could walk. That lady couldn't walk. So she went to the closest table that was available. Yeah, did that table have more than 2 chairs? Yeah. But you know what? Fuck you. Take another fucking table. So I ain't got no time for bullshit people like that. King Kong Express. Nah, that's fun. So I drove to chains. I'm done with training. You can go back home and get a mentor where you live, or you can leave your vehicle there, and then when you upgrade, just upgrade there and then drive your vehicle home or whatever. My student left his vehicle in Memphis, Tennessee. When he got done on my truck, he upgraded in Texas and Lancaster, took a truck from Lancaster, Texas to Memphis, turned in the truck there, took his personal vehicle and went home, and he got a truck up in New York City. Not New York City, but I think it was Pennsylvania or Syracuse. It was either one of those 2 places, I'm not sure. Pottsville, PA, or Syracuse. So you can do it that way, or you can you just play by ear, really. That's just what it comes down to. How long is the waiting list to get in school there? To get in school where, Gary? And actually, in honesty, I can't even tell you, even if you told me it was King Kong school. Now, if somebody says there's a school named King Kong, I'm really done for the day. Your best bet, call Veronica, ask Veronica those kind of questions, because I have no freaking idea. Some are every Monday, some of them are every this day, some of them are, do you have your permit? Do you not have your permit? Do you have this? Do you not have that? You're going to have to call Veronica, find out what's available in your area, or get bussed out to a different area, or something along those lines. That's something that's outside of my ability to be able to help you, just because I'm a Swift mentor, I'm a driver, I'm not an office guy, I'm not even a driver coordinator, I'm none of that. I'm just a guy on YouTube that makes videos about being a truck driver that happens to work for Swift. See? Swift. And I also have a Swift hat, so I can make, here's what's really funny. If you got two people that are wearing Swift shirts, Swift hats, and you go into a truck stop, a lot of people go outside and check their trucks to make sure their truck's still together. I guarantee you, people are like, oh shit,
Swift.
There's a couple Swift drivers here. Is my truck still together? Yeah, I've actually seen people like look outside and be like, where do they park? So that is kind of funny. But you know what? What's even funnier is when I can park better than they can. And you see them all jacked up in a spot, and I take a tighter spot. Are the toilets clean at rest stops? You know what? That's like saying, are you going to get food poisoning at a gas station? You got a 50% chance. It's either a yeah or it's a no. You never know. Some of them are really clean. Love's, TA, Petro, Flying Hook, all those guys, they're fairly clean. The top brands, they keep on top of that. You go to the off-brand truck stops, or Shell, Exxon, things like that are truck stops. Yeah. All I gotta say is when you go into one place like that, the toilet paper is free. So line that toilet seat. Line that toilet seat like there's free toilet paper because it's free. So it is what it is. Now, if you want to ask about the Swift terminals, the majority of them are really quite nice. Some of them are a little dated. They're a little dirty. They're not the best looking. But it's not terrible. Alright, Mike Wilson, you asked if you should get your permit first.
Yes. Yes, get your permit first.
And why is that?
That permit class at Swift is bullshit.
But you did go to what was the city you went to? Corsicana. Swift school. So
yeah.
It could be a different experience.
No, it's going to be the same. I can almost guarantee it's going to be the same. Just study it at home and go do it yourself, because that's all you do in that classroom for 10 hours a day is just sit there and read the book. You can do that at home and not spend that extra week in school or a hotel. It's not worth it.
Well, but what happens if you want the hotel?
No, fuck
that. You said fuck that. So there, you got it from somebody who went through the school. I am going to have a video series coming out soon. Going through the book chapter by chapter. The Texas CDL book. Every state might be a little bit different, but it should be reasonably all the exact same, because the federal government basically said it has to be the same. So I'm going to start working on that video and start doing it. Have I started it yet? No. Sorry. I've been really working with my student a lot, so I haven't really had the time for that. But I am going to start doing that when I can, and it's going to take me a little while to get that series up because that book has a lot in it. But we'll break it down into like sub-chapters and blah, 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 blah. I'll try to make the videos like 20 minutes long, i.e. if you're on break somewhere, a 30-minute lunch break, you would have 10 minutes to get your food and, watch a 20-minute video. That way somebody's at work. It would be fairly easy to do that. Hey there, Corey. Have I ever been caught in a tornado? I live in Texas. That's like saying, I don't know.
Have you been rained on?
Yeah, have you been rained on? Yeah, when you live in Texas, you can sit there and it's like, all right, so which tornado are you talking about?
Yeah.
Now, if you're smart, you don't ever get in front of the tornado. Now, you might ask me which side is the front of the tornado because they're not exactly, like triangle shaped. They're all kind of like circular. So how do you know which one is the front edge of the tornado? The direction it is moving. That's the front. Don't be in front of the tornado. If you're behind it, you're generally okay. No. Let's actually talk about tornado safety. Because, you know, since we're on this topic, there's a lot of you guys that are maybe from the north who might not know about tornadoes. If you're in an 80,000 pound vehicle, it does take a lot of wind for you to get up into the air, unlike maybe a small car or, God forbid, if you're a motorcycle. If you're a motorcycle, I mean, you're probably going to gain winds a whole lot quicker than my 80,000 pound truck. But there are some warning signs that you can tell if you're getting up to a tornado. So everybody knows what those transformers on the top of the telephone poles are. If you start seeing a line of those blow out, and it creates like a big blue spark, a really big blue spark, kind of like lightning, but it's like a royal type blue. If you see a line of that, you know, more than one, like two or three of them in a row, there is a tornado there. Or it could be a straight line wind. But 9 times out of 10, that is a tornado. Okay? Even if it's straight line winds, do not go there. You're going to want to stop and, you know, turn on a radio or something, but you should already have your radio on if you're in an environment like that, and be paying attention to what's going on. But if you see power flashes, and this is really helpful at night because seeing a tornado at night is hard, do not go where you see power flashes. Now, if there's power flashes, guess what? That part of town is not going to have power. So if you see a part of town losing power in a tornadic storm, it might be a really good idea to not go there. Because even if it's not a tornado, it could be really high winds. But let's say there's no power flashes, because there's no telephone poles. Because sometimes they're underground. So it's another warning sign. Getting green grass or leaves or plant material in general, if it starts hitting your windshield. I'm not talking about brown leaves. Brown leaves blow off trees very, very easy. Green leaves don't. It takes at least, I think it's like 80 miles an hour of wind to start ripping leaves off. To start ripping them off. 70, 80, something like that. I don't remember exactly what the number is. Someone could Google it. But if you start seeing that on your windshield, it is a very dangerous place to be. You need to start looking at where to go. Now, do not go up underneath a underpass. That is movies. Movies, movies, movies. You get up underneath an underpass, okay? High pressure on top, low pressure underneath the underpass, like an airplane wing. Here's the problem. Up in the crack where you're hiding, that's a mix of high and low pressure. So everything that's flying underneath that bridge is going to go up into that crack, because that's where the tornado is going to push it. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm kind of soft and squishy. And if a big metal thingy is moving really fast, and with my soft and squishy self, I'm going to turn into a tube of toothpaste. Don't do it. You're actually much better off laying flat on the ground if it is the last thing you can do. Laying flat on the ground. Do not pick up your head. Do not pick up an arm. Don't start whacking it off. Okay? Don't try to get a last whack in. That is actually your best bet. Find a ditch. Even better. Because hopefully everything blows over you. But laying flat in a ditch, far better. Getting underground on any level is far better than a bridge. A bridge, you die. Trust me. But, you know, you should always be, you know, listening to the radio, paying attention to the weather. You know where you're going, and if they're saying it's, you know, possible tornadic weather event, you need to do some trip planning ahead of time, and paying attention to the weather conditions as they get worse or better. Okay, that's more about being a professional driver. Don't get yourself in that situation. But if you do happen to find yourself in that situation, do not get underneath a bridge. That is how you're going to get hurt. So yeah. Do they provide weather radio? My truck came with the Kenworth radio, and it does come with the weather channels. Now, does all trucks that Swift have come with the weather channels? No. I'm not going to get... don't know. I can't say it will or won't. You know, if you have a CB radio, your CB radio is going to have the weather channel, so you can use that. And I highly recommend to have a CB radio. It's just smart. There's one time that, you know, my student right here that's driving right now, you know, he was going around a blind, you know, hill, and he heard, what did you hear?
Brake chant.
And what does that mean?
Slow down.
Why?
Stop ahead.
Stopping ahead. It means the highway's blocked off, or traffic, or something. So if somebody says brake check, it means slow down, because you're about to go somewhere where you can't see and there's traffic. So having a CB radio is very, very vital. I say it's very important to have. And then there's an app called Raindar. Okay, if you don't have this app called Raindar, D-A-R, so R-A-N-D-A-R, you're going to want to get an app that's somewhat similar to that. What Raindar is, it is simply a radar map. There's no ads, you don't have to punch in any zip codes, you don't have to do anything. You just click it, it opens up a weather map, and it will show you where the weather is. It will put warnings where there's a tornado, or possible tornado, or this, or that, or whatever. It puts the information there, so as you're driving, you can make a quick decision on what you need to do to stay safe. Remember, always staying safe. Let your load get late, because you know what? Better for your load to be late and you getting there than, you know, not getting there. Yeah, Corey, Raindar, R-A-I-N-D-A-R, really good app, and it just works. There's no ads, there's no nothing. Just click and works. I did not go through the Swift school, so I didn't have to do anything. My brother-in-law did go through Swift school, so I just had somebody ask, if you go through their school, after the 1-year contract, do you have to pay anything?
No, 13 months you don't pay anything.
So you work for Swift for 13 months, your bill's done. If you quit Swift before that, then there's like some kind of like sliding scale or something.
Yeah, there's a percentage.
There's a percentage you got to pay. Again, I'd say contact Veronica to get that exact detail. Yeah. But in my brother-in-law's case, 13 months and it was done. So that was the end of that. So really, it's really quite, you know, straightforward. You know, if I did go through the Swift school, I stayed at Swift the entire time, and I'm over 1.5 years now, so I wouldn't have paid anything. You know, working at Swift, you know, I came here and I was only going to work for Swift for a few months, and then I was going to quit and go to another company. I came here just to get experience. I ended up staying here a whole lot longer than I thought I was going to, because I legitimately like it here. You know, the Walmart, I really like the Walmart. I'm a top tier driver, so I can make my own rules, and I have zero complaints. You know, I honestly do like it here at Swift. Swift does not have a tanker division. Are you trying to lose a city? Checking myself into school yourself. That's not a bad idea, Mike Williams. It gives you the ability to go anywhere you kind of want. But the Swift School's not bad. It's a really good option to, you know, cover it yourself. $100 a week. That's probably right, because I think they take like 2 cents or something like that. I don't know, but I think you might get. Do you get that back or no?
What?
They pay you a little bit less per mile. Do you get that back after if you stay with them for so long?
Yeah, after 13 months, the next 13 months they pay you what you paid in.
Okay, so you stay with Swift for 13 months, you pay nothing. You stay with Swift for another 13 months, and they pay you back every dollar you paid for your school.
Yeah.
Basically, you work for Swift for 2 years, and you literally paid this much for the school, because you get all the money back that you paid in that first year.
Yeah.
So just look at it as like a long-term savings plan. That's actually not a bad idea, because the first year you could actually put that against your taxes as a, you know, job training expense and take some tax credits for that. There we go. All right, so. Oh yeah, Gary. So yeah, just what we just talked about. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, but like I was saying, I came to Swift. I was only going to be here temporarily. I ended up staying here a lot longer. Also going to throw this out there. My live stream may end at any time, because you know, we're traveling back. We're going to go through some country areas, so I don't know if my video data is going to be as good to keep a, you know, active stream. So if I pop off, I'm not going to come back. I'm just going to end of the night if that happens. But in the meantime, keep them questions rolling, and I'll answer them the best I can as they come in. Now, I know nobody has asked me yet, but I bought that 2018 Mazda 6. I got to drive it a little bit before I came back to work. It's actually a pretty fun car. Getting back over to the house, I got some stuff I got to try to do at the house. Mostly try to... Hi, Mom. I don't know if she's watching or not. She watches, but maybe not right now, because her laptop kind of got screwed up, and unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, but I'm always the one who gets the call to try to fix that. Oh, don't be sorry for the question there. I love the questions. That's kind of why I'm here, and I'm more than happy to help anybody. No, the Swift trucks do not come with a fridge or microwave. If you want a fridge or microwave, you got to buy on your own, and it's yours. Okay, so the update on my Dodge Ram pickup truck. It's still broken. I got the part, it's in the truck. I got tools in my truck to try to get the job done, to get it fixed. But where I got the truck at, they're on vacation for Thanksgiving. And so I gotta wait until he comes back. Or I think he went on vacation for Thanksgiving. I don't know. He told me he was out to me, let me know he was back. Once I get, you know, over to my truck, we're gonna get the truck down to Temple, Texas. And we're going to do some upgrades. We're going to work on it. We're going to make it nice and pretty. And do some stuff to it. And we're also going to get a car that I have. Car or SUV. I'm not sure which one, y'all. But there is going to be a free vehicle going away to somebody on my YouTube channel. So what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a YouTube video that will be made. And then it will need to be shared on Facebook and on YouTube. And then there will be a link to where you can, you know, sign up to basically enter into a free drawing to win the vehicle. It'll be completely free, zero, no raffle, no dollar, no nothing. It is going to be 100% free. That is going to happen in a few months. Sorry, it's probably going to be this spring when it's going to happen, just because I don't know. If I do it sooner, great. If not, well, you guys will know when I go to do that. But there will be a free vehicle when we get to that point. George, yeah, you can idle the truck in cold and hot weather. So if it's below 34 degrees or above 68 degrees, you can idle. If it's in between those two temperatures, you cannot idle unless you have a medical condition. Now, some trucks will idle. Some trucks won't. So if you have a truck that will idle, then you can idle at any temperature. But generally speaking, at 34 to 68, there's a no idling. It won't idle. But the bunk heater works really, really well. The only thing that sucks is if you're going to stay parked for like 34 hours for on the road reset, that bunk heater will drain your batteries about 10 hours. And so if you're right at that like 30 degree, high 30, low 40, your batteries are going to be dead, and yeah, that kind of sucks. You just have to sit in the front seat and hit the gas a few times and charge up them batteries. So you just sit in the phone and just go tappy, tappy, tap, 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 charge up the batteries, and then run that bump. If it's a real problem, you might have to try to talk to your driver manager if you do a lot of on-the-road resets, and see if they can adjust the temperature settings for you if you're running up in the cold a lot. It's just one of those things. I would say talk to your driver manager or your terminal leader about working around some of those weird situations that occur. But if you go home and you do a 34-hour reset at the house all the time, you're not going to run into that problem. Now, I ran into that problem because I did 34-hour resets out on the road a lot. And so the driver manager that I had at the time allowed me to idle the truck a lot more when it was colder like that. So I didn't have a problem with it. I never had a surcharge thing. Interesting. I never had to deal with that. And I've literally had my truck idle. There's one time I was down here in Texas, all right, and it's hotter. It could be so damn hot down here that you can make a cake inside your car. That's not a joke. You can literally bake. Same thing with like out in Arizona. Oh my god. Yeah. If you're down in the South, especially out where it gets baking hot. Well, I ran Texas a lot, and during that time, I idled my truck for like 2 months straight. It never got turned off, but I never went home either. So now somebody might say, well, why didn't you go home in 2 months? It was my choice. I chose to stay out. I was going after the top dollar, and I was solo at the time, and so I just ran. I ran my booty off. Yeah, when I was running, it was that hot out, dude. I never shut the truck off. I idled that thing from sun up to sun down, and from sun down until sun came back up, and then all over again. When it's hot out, my truck goes all night. I have zero problems with that. Who has the right of way at truck stops? Let me give you a secret on that. If you are driving a Swift truck, everybody gives you the right of way. That's a secret. Yeah, okay. That is a really big joke. I'm having fun about being a Swift driver, y'all. But in all honesty, when you're at a truck stop, or anyway, it doesn't matter. You're a professional driver, okay? being a professional driver is being a courteous driver. So when you're at a truck stop, everybody's kind of watching what everybody else is doing. The truck stops all move a certain way. So, like a cat, don't brush the wrong way. And everything's great. You start brushing it the wrong way and you might not have an arm. Cats are like that. Dogs don't give a fuck. Driving a car is like driving a, petting a dog. Don't give a fuck. Just pet the thing. They don't care where you pet it. The cat, you better scratch it in one place. You better do it the right way, or it might eat you. So when you're at a truck stop, you go with the traffic. You don't do anything crazy, and it's not a problem. Okay. Just be courteous. And truck stop stuff is really easy. Can you take a dump in the parking lot? You sure can. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to record it. And I'll send it to Twisted Trucker. And we'll just leave it at that. In 26, I seen 2 trucks. Oh yeah. Here's the thing. I don't care if I picked a spot. I was lining up for it, and some motorcycle driver decided to take a 53-foot parking spot. I might be mad. I might sit there and be like, what the fuck? Well, you don't need no 53-foot spot for a dang motorcycle. But you know what? I'm not going to get out, and I'm not going to get into a fist fight with somebody. I'll go and get another spot. And if there's no other spot in that truck stop, and there's only one spot, you know what? I'll play a game called Make a Spot. And if you're at a truck stop and the game of making a spot is not an option, you need to get better at playing Make a Spot. That's what it comes down to. You can always generally make one more spot at a truck stop. It just really depends on how creative you want to get. And if all else fails, go to the next truck stop. It's not worth getting into a fist fight with somebody. Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah. I'm thinking that's going to be close to the end of this video. Kind of running out of ideas. I'm surprised y'all have been watching me for this long. I mean, 17 of y'all, it got up to almost 30. It was like, 20 something, 25, 20, I don't know. Although, man, it's getting cold out here in Texas, so I can tell you this, I ain't going to go fishing.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to stay inside the house. I got a few things I got to go take care of, though. So, when I get down there, I'm going to be doing some stuff. Take a 10 right there on the median. No. You can't just do a 10-hour reset. If you're going to sit on the median, you got to, 1, block 2 fuel islands. Okay? So you got to be crooked. You got to do a full 10-hour reset. Then wake up. Then take a shower. Then get some food. Then come out, fuel the truck, and then forgot that you had to take a shit. And then you go back in and take a shit. And then by the time you get back to the truck, you got to do a 30-minute break because you know what? 8 hours has already gone by. No, that's a total joke. Don't do that. If you ain't fishing, you ain't hunting, you're probably barbecuing. And you know what? Barbecuing was actually something I was semi-thinking about. But I got a lot of stuff I got to do at the house. Give you guys a little bit of a background. Back in 2014, when I suffered my spinal cord injury, just before that, my parents were actually doing a huge remodel on the house. And then when my back injury happened, my dad, was working and if he wasn't working, he was trying to, you know, help take care of me, taking me to my doctor's appointments, surgery, and all kinds of stuff. I started to get better, and right around the same time as when my dad had gotten cancer. And so, you know, the remodel just kind of stopped. And so the house is really, it's 14 cool supplies coming. And so what I normally do is when I go home, you know, I'm there, I'm trying to get some remodeling done, you know, for my mom's house. Trying to that they started, not started. They didn't want to do a remodel, and then all this other stuff happened. And so work on. I still got some stuff I got to do, but you know, I'm hoping to try to get some floors down by next year. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the meantime. Dang. So, a YouTube subscriber just said if we make it out to Stockton, California, he will smoke me some ribs that will make me high. Now, I have a question.
Where's he from?
Well, I don't care about that, because anything smoked in me, I'll fucking eat it for the most part. Unless it's at, like, New York, because they call that barbecue. It's not barbecue.
Have you tried some of that shit they call
Yeah, I have.
smoke in California?
Some, yeah. Some of it's actually really good.
Actually, Texas people do move that way.
But, do I have to come there with the truck, or can I fly out there? Because I don't like driving in California. Do snakes have ribs? Yes, they do. It's kind of like fish style. They're really thin bones. But snake is actually pretty good. I like snake. They're really easy to clean, and you can coil them up like kind of like a sausage on your grill, and you know, toothpick them or whatever. Easy to cook, or you could string them out and do like rotisserie, you know, on a stick. Snake is pretty good, but it is a pretty bony animal. But I think it's pretty worth it. You hate driving in California, you live in California. I feel bad for you. Yeah, rattlesnake is pretty awesome, dude. I like rattlesnake. It's been a while since I've had some rattlesnake, though. It does kind of taste like chicken, but it has a texture kind of like, I don't want to say like fish, but it's not like chicken. It's kind of, the texture is very unique. And the taste is very, it's different. I like it though. Don't forget. Oh, I got another trucker YouTuber on my channel saying to go watch his channel.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Trucker Bill. Thanks for coming to my channel and watching. But you know, sitting there and trying to take, you know, people watching my channel to your channel. Next time, please ask, and you know, you might get a shout out. But it's kind of rude to, you know, just start posting like that. Next time, just send me a message or something and be like, hey, you know, shout out's a possibility or whatever. Again, dude, come on, have a little bit more respect than that. You know, there's other people that watch my channel that have YouTube channels, and you know, they'd asked if they, you know, if they could post like that, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't know you. You didn't ask. That's just kind of rude. Personally, I think that's rude. I would ask for permission first. Anyway, moving on. I don't know who he is. He just jumped on my thing and he's just like, you know, calling out his channel without asking me if that was okay. I mean, that's like me going to his channel and flooding, you know, his channel and like spamming him, and that's not a good way to get viewers, dude. Make really good content, guess what? They'll come to you. You know, all my viewers, they came to me just because, I don't know, I guess I'm awesome. You know, I'm actually still kind of surprised I have as many people watching me as they do. You know, I'm just an average Joe here. Favorite state and what's the worst? I don't have a favorite state. If I had to pick a favorite state, I would have to say Texas because it's my home state. But if you want to ask me states that have some beautiful views, Washington, Oregon, Maine, Vermont, Kentucky,
Tennessee, Kentucky,
Georgia. Maybe not exactly for the land. You know, them Georgia peaches are no joke. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Anyway, getting off of Georgia peaches idea. Colorado's really nice. You know, anywhere around the Rockies. Appalachian Mountains, anywhere around there. It's real beautiful. Worst state, I'm sorry, it's going to probably be California. And it's literally because it's like a kid sneezed all over a map. And everywhere that kid just sneezed is where there's a scale house. I've literally been pulled into a scale house, had a level 1 done, went down the road, got into another scale house, and literally had another level 1 inspection. I still saw the first scale house. I mean, I literally was like, I just got scaled out, and they're like, well, we're doing it again. It's like, I mean, it's like, what the hell? New York City's not that bad. Honestly, New York City is not that bad. Which city has the worst drivers? All of them. All big cities have really bad drivers. Especially when you compare them to, like, for commercial truck drivers. They get in your way. They don't know how to be smart. They do stupid stuff. They don't realize what they're doing sometimes, and I think that's the major thing. There's not enough education out there, and that's why I've done some GoPros, kind of like showing the visibility that I have. But the visibility in these things is not the best. You know, Swift doesn't have a really low score, though. It's just that California will literally stop everybody because California has nothing else to do. California is just California, okay? If I'm in Texas, I might go through a scale once every few months. I hardly ever get pulled into a scale house. Now, I'll go through an immigration checkpoint a lot, and they always think that I'm Mexican. I'm kind of white, but, you know, they've asked for my driver's license more than once, or for my green card. It's like, no, I'm a citizen, I have a driver's license. And it's just, yeah, I don't even know the lick of Spanish. Well, I know enough Spanish to order tacos. And if I want any more than tres tacos, which is 4, uno, dos, tres, 3. If I want more than 3 tacos, I have to order dress and dress. I can only order 3 tacos, and if I want 6 tacos, I have to order dress 3 times, or 2 times. Or uno. That's as many tacos as I want. Alright? and I could order chicken boiled. So I could order taco, dress, chicken, and that's about as good as I can do. Now, one good thing, if I go to Japan, I can buy a car. I just have to go Nissan. Or all right, I'm not gonna get into. There's some good. I don't know any other language. There's only a few of them that I know. I would like to learn more languages, but I barely spell English. I really suck at spelling English. When it comes to mathematics, though, that's where I'm really good. It's just spelling was never my strong point in school. My strong point in school was being sarcastic. Unfortunately, they don't grade you for that unless you count detention time. And then I did really good about, you know, getting my scores there. Oh my God, that Bill dude! Seriously, I'm gonna prevent him from being able to post my channel because, like, ask permission, dude. And you're sitting there using all caps. We should all go to. Never mind. That'd be wrong. I was gonna say you should all go to my go to his channel and be like, go to stephan.harz trekking channel. But he might like all of that extra attention to his channel. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of messed up. You know, he shouldn't be going to some other's channel begging for viewers. Just make better content, really. And if you make really good content and you don't have viewers, you got to work on your keywords and stuff, you know? I'm happy with my viewer base. You know, I'm pretty happy with it. Y'all are pretty awesome. Well, I don't think we're all that... 96 miles till Temple. And then we got a couple hours to get back to home. Well, I think that's actually going to be the end of this video. I'm surprised that I kept the internet as long as I have, because going through some of the areas up here, the internet is not the best. Yeah, Corey, there is going to be some more drone footage. I've just been kind of a little bit lazy, and the weather hasn't been really good. It's either been raining or really windy. I'm going to try to get some drone footage going. So yeah, there will be some drone footage going on. I do need to get up on that. Just haven't. So I got someone. I was actually over at Dopey Doug's house, which is actually a ranch. So I got some beautiful footage up there. I need to get it edited and get it uploaded. So that will be happening fairly soon. And well, hey, thank you for watching. Oh, Darren's back. He said it was a horrible buffet. Really? That sucks, dude. Well, better luck next time, I guess. I had a buffet earlier today. It was going for, oh. See, I'm repeating myself. It's been a long night. Anyway, yeah, like Corey said, good night, everybody. I'm gonna just sit back. We're gonna listen to some radio again, because YouTube thing can't have music going while I'm on doing a video or live video or anything. So when is my next show? I don't know. I'm gonna do a live video backing soon of my student, probably when we get back and on Thursday. So Thursday, at some point during the day, I'm gonna do a live video, do a drive along and then a backing or two. We're also gonna do some drop trailer training. We might do that Thursday as well when we get back. So I could probably do that live. or no, because I'll be at the terminal, so there will be not very good data. So that video will be uploaded soon. We're going to do some drop trailer training. But anyway, I'll see you all later. Have a good one. And everyone who is driving, keep the dirty side down. If you are in a school, keep the truck on the road. That's the best place to do it. Have a good one.